Today is the day. It is finally the long-awaited grocery haul. You guys asked for this video months ago. I finally feel like we actually did like a real big, true grocery run for our weeks of breakfast and lunches and dinners instead of just piecemealing meals together, which is what we have been doing for the past couple of weeks. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you everything that we bought. I'm going to kind of go through and tell you what meals that we're going to use these ingredients in, and then I'll tell you how much that we spent. So if you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start with our cold frozen things first so I can pause the video and then get them where they need to go. So first things first, I'm just going to start just simple stuff. We've got butter. We got 2 things of cream cheese. One of these is going to be used in my supper for the week. I'm going to do like a creamy taco quesadilla type situation. We have some low carb tortillas that we actually already had in the pantry, so I didn't rebuy those, but I'll show you what brand that we use. And then another one of these is going to be used in a keto recipe for biscuits that Scott found. And then we just like to keep some on hand. We also like to do like an Italian chicken where we take a block of cream cheese, chicken breast, and then this restaurant style, it's like really Olive Garden style Italian dressing, and you put it in the crock pot and you shred it. It's so good. So that's our cream cheese. And then for my tacos also, I got some lean ground beef. I'm hoping we have some Rotel tomatoes. I don't remember seeing them in the cabinet and I didn't grab any, so I may have to run to Dollar General and grab some after school one day. Just for snacky snacks, I like to get these jalapeno cheddar sausages, and I like to cut them in like little rounds and then saute them on our black top. And like for an afternoon snack, I can pop in some of these and eat these for a snack. Also, we got some bacon. This is the bacon that we got this time. Actually, I think these are a couple different brands. So this is the bacon that we got this time. We got 3 total. Cook it on the black top. Again, have it for snacks, have it for breakfast, that type of thing. Also, he needed for his biscuits some mozzarella and some cheddar cheese. So we got the block. We're gonna shred that. So we got that for the biscuits as well. I got some shredded cheese for my breakfast and tacos this week. I'll show you what I'm gonna do for my breakfast. It's gonna be kind of like a hash brown casserole kind of, but with some tater tots. Also, we have some turkey sausage that's gonna go in my breakfast as well. Scott this week for dinners is going to be doing some grilled chicken and broccoli. So we got this all frozen, so that way if he doesn't feel like eating or wants to skip and do something different, it's not gonna go bad. I love fresh things, but I find that happens with us a lot. We'll buy fresh stuff, and then life will happen. We'll be tired. We don't feel like cooking, so we tend to buy more frozen things. Is that better? Probably not, but that's just the truth and reality of kind of where we're living and how we're living right now. So we got some of the pre-grilled, fully cooked chicken breasts. You can cook them in the oven or the microwave, so that's an option. Quick and easy, or kind of a low situation. He also got some broccoli that he's going to be eating with his chicken breast. He really does kind of like intermittent fasting and keto at the same time. So he doesn't really eat much for lunch or breakfast. If he does, it's kind of a snacky situation. And then he eats like a meal at around dinner time, around 5-ish. So that's what he's going to be having for his meals this week. Let's see, for snacks for me, I got some light Greek yogurt. I really like this. It's the Great Value brand. It's got like 80 calories per 1 container. So I think that that's awesome. For my tacos, I got some sour cream. I also like to keep some cottage cheese on hand for a snacky situation. Also with the cottage cheese, I like to, in the afternoons, if I don't eat some of that little snacky meat or salami or cheese or anything like that, I'll get one of these core drinks and I'll put it in our little faux NutriBullet thing with some ice and some cottage cheese, and I'll blend it until it's kind of like they call it like a fake Frosty from Wendy's. It's really good. So I really like to keep couple of these on hand in the afternoons in case I'm hungry. Okay, let's see here. Got some milk. I always like to keep some milk on hand. I am a whole milk girly. I don't know if I'll ever change. I'm a person that likes milk. I know some people don't, but I love to just have a nice cold glass of milk. I also use milk in my coffees and things like that when I use my Nespresso machine, so I just like to keep a little bit on hand for me. Okay, so a fun thing that we have been doing recently is with this zero sugar Minute Maid. Now this is going to be a new experience for us because we usually get the like regular zero sugar Minute Maid lemonade, but it is hard to find at our Walmart. So we had to grab the pink lemonade this time, and we grabbed some Kool-Aid drink mixes, and we just pour it in the Minute Maid lemonade and mix it up, and it is so good. So far our favorites are watermelon. Scott really liked the orange. He said it tasted kind of like a high C situation, but I like the watermelon and the blue raspberry lemonade. So that is a really good low-cal, like almost no-carb drink that you can have and not feel guilty about it. It feels like you should, but you really shouldn't because there's no sugar in this at all. And then we've got some eggs. We love to keep eggs on hand. I think we have an 18-pack in the fridge too. But in case Scott doesn't want to have like his broccoli and chicken, he can, you know, whip up an egg sandwich. I'll use eggs in my breakfast this week and all that kind of jazz. So we love to keep eggs on hand. So that is all of our cold stuff. I'm gonna pause real quick and get this put up, and then we'll talk about the rest of it. Okay, so we've got all the cold stuff putting up and taken care of. So let's talk about our pantry items that we got. We stocked up on some bread that we needed. We were kind of out of all of our buns and bread situation. So we have been eating and loving this Arnold brand, this Arnold keto brand. It is 70 calories for one bun of the hamburger and 70 calories for one bun of the hot dog. And that's kind of been our struggle lately, and I think why our grocery bills have been so expensive, and that's okay. Scott's doing keto, and we know keto, like the fresh, you know, or, you know, not packaged, not fried, you know, you have to make the meals. That type of food is a little bit more expensive, and that's totally fine. I am 100% supportive of that and getting healthy. But I'm not really doing keto. I'm kind of doing just like portion control, low calorie, making mindful choices. So this works out great for both of us because the total carbs, I think it says it on here, it's 3 net carbs per bun. It's only 70 calories, and it may be the same. Yeah, 3 net carbs for here as well. So this kind of works out both for us. Now the bread is a little bit different. He likes the Nature's Own keto. It is 1 net carb, and it's 35 calories per slice. I actually like the Sara Lee 45. Now this is lower calories, and I will and can eat this. It's not like I hate it or anything like that, but I just like trying to get my grains and all that jazz through this bread. So it's not that I don't like it or I won't eat this bread. I'm just trying to make sure my diet is well rounded with those whole grains and all that jazz. This has 16 whole grains per serving, which is 2 slices, so 8 per slice of bread. So that's our bread that we snagged. Also, I have been loving these Fiber One little 100-calorie donuts. Now they're tiny. It's not like a normal donut size, but it's a great little snack or dessert for me, or in the mornings when I'm getting up and working out. Sometimes I wake up hungry, so I'll grab like a thing of string cheese, or I'll just pop one of these. Is that the best? No, I'm not saying that it is, but it's just quick and easy for me. I can grab one of these and eat it while I'm getting ready, putting on my shoes and all that jazz. So I got me a thing of these. I think there's 4, and there's 3 total sugars and only 100 calories per donut. So that's why I like this option. We needed some mayo. We are blue plate people. My husband converted me when we got married. I used to be a Kraft mayo person, but he let me know really quickly the sins that I was committing with Kraft mayo. So we are blue plate people now. What type of mayo do you use? Do you have a preference? We also got some coffee. Now, we honestly usually splurge on coffee and get the Folgers brand, but they only had one of those really tall ones today, and honestly I did not feel like spending $15 on coffee, so we just went with the Great Value knockoff Folgers brand, which is honestly the same. Like, to me it doesn't really taste any different, but I know Scott likes the Folgers, so I like to get that for him. So that's our coffee. I talked to you about our Italian dressing, the chicken recipe that we like to make with it. We also got some ranch seasoning. We use a lot of ranch in this house. Like, I'll put it on my popcorn. Scott will put it on his pork rinds. I'll toss some of my, like if I get like plain rice cakes or like plain veggie straws, I'll toss ranch in that. So that's what we do with that. Also, I'll make like a protein dip where I'll take a couple tablespoons of this and mix it with a cup of cottage cheese with some water and blend that, and it's a really good ranch dip. I got some gum because I love gum. My favorite gum right now is, it's always bubble gum, but for the minty, it's the Mentos. So then, over here, Scott wanted to try some new recipes this weekend, which I'm all about. I love trying things that he's gonna like and eat. We have done almond flour before. We did not love it. We know that that's a personal preference and that's an us thing. We just didn't love it, but we're wanting to try it again. He found a recipe for keto Oreo balls. So we're gonna try, I think maybe the Oreo balls call for the coconut flour. And so then we get some monk fruit sweetener for him. This is what he uses. And then we got some xanthan gum. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what this is for. I don't know what we do with this, but it was in a recipe, and I'll share all the recipes that he has found in the comments and in the description box below. I'm gonna put it in the description box. So if you wanna check out anything that he has been using or making, I will definitely let you know about that. So almond flour, coconut flour, monk fruit sweetener, and then the xanthan gum. And then last but not least, we had some household needs that we needed to take care of. We need some more dishwasher detergent, Pine Sol. We like to use Pine Sol to clean some different things. We needed some paper plates and some toilet paper. And that rounded out our haul for today on this Sunday. So again, let me say that this food will kind of carry us throughout the next couple of weeks. This wasn't just a weekly grocery haul for us. Like, clearly, we're not gonna eat all of this bread in 1 week. I'm not gonna eat that whole bag of chips. So the grand total, let me see if I can find my receipt. I had it in my pocket. Was, and my receipt is kind of weird, but it was a grand total of $266. Now, I know some of you are like, it's just the two of you. How is it that much? And I'm with you. It's just the two of us. How is it this much money? But it is, and that's okay. This is the season of life that we're in right now. We pulled from our grocery sinking fund and our household sinking fund to take care of it. Now, it depleted the grocery sinking fund, so I hope we don't need anything over the next couple weeks. But honestly, I think that we'll be fine. So this is it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get started prepping my breakfasts and lunches. I'm not sure if I'll do the dinner that I'm going to be doing this week, so I may insert a clip later on of me this week fixing my dinners and how I'm going to do that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with breakfast.
Hey guys, it's voiceover Taylor here. I just thought I'd walk you through kind of what I'm doing. Of course, I start with washing my hands. Also, I was pretty excited to try this Olipop. I finally found some at a Walmart that we went to local. Turns out I don't like Olipop at all. Like, I got 3 different flavors. None of the flavors were great. I would say probably of the 3 I got, strawberry vanilla was my most favorite. So I was honestly really bummed about that because I feel like they're talked about everywhere. They just weren't for me. So I am grabbing the turkey sausage and my tater tots out of the fridge, and I'm just popping my turkey sausage into my pan on the stove, and I'm grabbing one of my all-time favorite kitchen gadgets and just mashing it till I cannot mash it anymore. That turkey sausage is pre-cooked, so the only reason that I'm doing this is to cook some of the water out of it, number one, and get it just like a little bit more brown. Then I'm grabbing my tater tot bag and I'm putting approximately 30 tater tots. Yes, I did count it out. I didn't make you watch it, but I did count out 30 tater tots because 6 go in my 5 breakfast containers. The girl that I follow, her recipes, you're like allowed to have things in moderation, and so I didn't just dump the bag in there. I made sure to count out 30 so I could put 6 in each of my breakfast containers. And now I'm just grabbing my breakfast containers from our messy Tupperware cabinet. Please don't look at our chaos. And of course you can see my helper there. He will be with us throughout the whole video, just helping and cleaning as he goes. So just giving the meat a check and prepping my breakfast containers, getting those ready. I do go ahead and plate up all of my breakfasts, but I don't do my lunches. I usually fix my lunches the night before. Okay, so here I have that Johnsonville, those like sausage, jalapeno cheddar sausages, and I'm just cutting those into the little circles that I like. Just easy, like little bite size. You know, I can grab 4, 5, 6, pop them in the microwave, and then just eat them while I'm working, you know, doing different things. So got those sliced up and ready to go. When I pull my turkey sausage out of the pan, I try my best to be aware of how many pans I'm using. So anyway, I'm grabbing my cold brew coffee carafe and I'm filling that up right now. I fill it up to where the mesh part ends. And I do fill it up with just tap water, so please don't come for me. I used to fill it up with water from our fridge, but that just takes a long time. And to be honest, I just don't want to stand there for that long. So fill it up, get that in there, and then I turn it upside down, you'll see in just a second, to try to let the water kind of flow through the grounds and kind of marry together, so I do that a couple times. Again, back to the turkey sausage, mashing it till I can't mash it anymore, and then I'm filling back up our coffee container for the week. Is that an extra step and something that I don't have to do? Absolutely, but I just think it's so fun. It makes my coffee bar look really cute with the coffee in that little cookie jar type thing. I did spill some everywhere, but I cut that part out so you didn't see it. Oh my goodness. So I'm just popping that back over on our coffee shelf. And then I'm checking my tater tots. I need them to cook for just a little bit longer. I should have preheated the air fryer, but I forgot to do that. Now I'm grabbing my olive oil nonstick cooking spray and just giving a light little coating to my little containers. I have found that if I forget to do that, they are so hard to clean. But when I do remember to do it, it is much, much better. It's a much more pleasant experience when the cleaning part comes. So got those sprayed in, and then I'm wiping up my mess there so I don't, stain my shirt or get oil anywhere. Okay, so I just grabbed a 1/4 of a cup of measuring cup, and I'm just scooping my turkey sausage into my containers, and I'm measuring out a 1/4 of a cup in each one of the containers until I get to the end. And I do have a little bit left, so I just kind of go back through and scoopy scoop kind of in, trying to make sure it's as even as possible in all the containers. Now I'm taking my sausage, popping it into my pan so I can get that browned. I love the way that it caramelizes and kind of has a crunch on it when you cook sausage. So this is one of my favorite snacks to do. Also a good sheet pan meal. I'll cook this on the black top or on the stove top, and then I'll throw some roasted veggies in the oven and then just kind of combine it all. Okay, so now you'll see Scott just came in, so you'll see me talking to him throughout the video. I'm not just talking to myself. But yes, I am now sectioning out the tater tots. So each one will get 6 tater tots in each of the little bowls. And then I am showing you that I am now cooking my chicken for lunches. I love this brand of chicken. It's so versatile. You can do so many different things with it. I'm counting out how many that I need for my little garlic chicken sliders, chicken parm sliders. And I'm getting that going. The air fryer is preheated now, so that's great. Giving my sausage a stir. Samson there, always helping. And now I am topping my breakfast with a tablespoon of cheese in each of the little containers. Again, just measuring it out to make sure I'm aware of my portions, how much I'm eating, not over consuming, but still allowing myself to have the things that I like. And now I am just sticking 2 whole eggs. Yes, those are whole eggs on top of my little containers there, and I'll show you later in the video how I make my breakfast when I get to school, because I don't like day old eggs. Like I said, I cannot handle it. So getting all that situated, just stirring my sausage again, making sure nothing is burning here. Even though I do like that crust on there, I don't want to completely burn it to a char. I just washed off my cutting board and my knife, and I'm getting my container out that I'm going to put my little sliders in so I can pop them in the oven and make sure everything gets all married together. Setting my oven to 350, and I'm pulling out my little hot dog buns, and I'm going to cut each bun into thirds. So that will be 3 little sliders per day for lunch. Just pulling those apart, popping them into the container, kind of opening them up so it will be easy to put my chicken in. Grabbing my chicken from the air fryer. This chicken is so good. It has such good flavor. You get that crispy fried chicken texture without all of the extra calories and carbs. Oh, it's just so good. I don't know how they do it, and I don't think I want to know because I do love it so much. Okay, just grabbing another little container from our Tupperware cabinet, and I'm popping some paper towels down in the bottom of that to catch any grease that may be coming off of my sausages. It'll just soak that right up, and just pouring that in, and I'm gonna let those cool and pop them in the fridge. I'm grabbing a mixing bowl to put my chicken in, so then I can toss it in my garlic parm sauce. I think I'll show you here in just a second the type of sauce I use. Yes, so it's the Buffalo Wild Wings garlic parm sauce. Now, I don't measure this. I should have, but I didn't measure it. But I'd say I squeezed about 2 tablespoons over my 15 little nuggets of chicken. So it was 3 nuggets for 5 days. That's 15 nuggets of chicken. And just tossing all that together, making sure each one of the little pieces is coated well. And then I'm just popping each little nugget into its little hot dog third bun that I cut. And I just keep doing that all the way through. And making sure it's fit nicely, giving my hands a quick wash. And then I believe I grab the Parmesan, no, it's the mozzarella. I grab mozzarella cheese next. And I put just a little pinch of mozzarella cheese into each of the little hot dog buns, just to give it a little bit of a cheesy flavor. Again, you know, I'm not trying to drown it here, just a little bit. So I'm about to make my garlic butter sauce, and I tend to order too many things of garlic butter from pizza places, so I like to save them. And this is one of the things that I do with them. I'll make like a little sauce. So I think I have 3 Domino's little garlic butter containers. So I'm dumping all 3 of those in there, and then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of Italian seasoning that you saw, and then just a little kiss of Parmesan cheese, and I mix all of it together. And then I'm just going to take a little spoonful, I think it's probably maybe like a teaspoon, 1 or 2 teaspoons, over each one of the little sliders. And it is so good. Once I get all of them covered in that butter sauce, I just pop them in the oven at 350, no particular time, just until they're like all kind of melted together, and that butter sauce has kind of melted everywhere. It's already runny, but you guys know what I mean. It just kind of soaks in the bread. Now I'm getting my little cottage cheese snack. I'm finishing up a container that I had last week. I prefer the taste of the whole milk cottage cheese that you see me open in here, but for like calories wise, I have been getting I think it's the 1%. Honestly, I can't tell that much of a difference. It's just the whole milk is creamier to me, but they didn't have any of the 1% when I went this time. So I just mixed those 2 together. Now you see me plating up my lunch for Monday. That's the size of these sliders you can see there. Good size for lunch. And then I'm just grabbing my veggie straws. Of course, I had to try one. Just, you know, quality control, make sure they're good. I just pop them into a Ziploc bag, a good handful. This Ziploc bag will last me 2 to 3 days, and then I'll kind of remake it. And then I'm adding in that ranch sauce, giving it a shake, making sure everything is mixed together in there, and just putting a little bit of ranch powder in, and then I will shake the dickens out of this bag to coat everything. I love getting plain chips and things like this so that I can season them how I want. I've got my breakfast and lunches cooked for the week. For my lunches, I have like garlic parm little chicken sliders and the marinara sauce that I like to dip with that, with my veggie fries with ranch on top of them, and then I have that cottage cheese that you saw me put in that little container, and I'll take that to school with me too if I need to snack on that. And then of course I'll pop in and I'll show you the dinner recipe that I'm going to cook. It's voiceover Taylor again, and this is Monday evening. As you can see, when I get home, I have to get out of jeans immediately and put on shorts. And then I remember to throw on an apron this time, just giving my hands a wash, and I'm getting a little sieve out so that I can wash my rice. Scott got me a rice cooker for Christmas, and I love it so much. So I'm just sectioning out a cup of rice, popping it in my little sifter thing, and then washing it. I washed it for longer than I'm showing, just I didn't feel like you guys wanted to see that. Then I'm just gonna pop it in my little container here, and then fill it up to the water line that I need to fill it up to. Sometimes I don't put enough water. I'm still trying to figure out how to use it properly. And then I'm going to add this seasoning into the rice to give it kind of that Mexican rice flavor. So I'm still trying to figure out my ratios here. I did 2 tablespoons to a cup of rice, and that was too much. So I'm thinking 1.5 tablespoons to a cup of rice is going to be the perfect amount. So just setting that up, grabbing my pan, setting it, and then I'm grabbing my ground beef and my seasoned salt. Even if I'm seasoning my ground beef with something else later on, I always put a kiss of seasoned salt into my ground beef. I just feel like it wakes it up just a little bit. It just kind of gives it something of like, oh, that tastes good, but like you can't really tell what it is. So just mashing that up. And then this part is the part that I debated not showing you guys. I'm so scared y'all are gonna come for me, but I have been loving putting just a little bit of water in my ground beef to cook it. I don't know why, but it just changes the texture. It makes it so fine. Now, I don't do this with every recipe that I have ground beef in, but for ones that I'm going to be like mixing in something like tacos, I wouldn't do it for spaghetti, but tacos and things like that, I love it. It just makes it so fine. So I'm setting up the bowl that I will drain the ground beef into. And it definitely cooked longer than that. I just took out the time I didn't think you wanted to see it. So I'm just pouring this in, letting that water and that fat drain off. With it being lean ground beef, it wasn't too fatty, but there was still some fat in there. Put my ground beef back into my pan. And then I am going to add taco seasoning, some salsa, and 1/2 block of cream cheese. I usually like to add Rotel, but I didn't have Rotel, and so I went with the salsa. It was the very end of the jar, and I just put some water in it to kind of swoosh it around and get all of the little salsa bits. And honestly, I'm glad I didn't have the Rotel because I would have never done it with the salsa if I hadn't have, and I really liked how this meat turned out. So just adding in some taco seasoning. I just kind of did it till my heart felt right, which isn't like me. I really like a recipe, but I was just kind of using a template for this recipe and then also kind of making it my own as well. So I'm so glad that I didn't add too much taco seasoning because I do tend to over season things sometimes. I'm noticing that I need more water, so I just put some more water in there and just mixing all this, making sure that cream cheese gets melted down and combined in. Now it's time for me to try it. It's so hot, but it tastes so good. I am the only one that's going to be eating this recipe, so that's why I tasted off of my stirring spoon. Now I'm grabbing my 0-carb tortillas. I have to be careful with that brand because that brand has like 5 net carbs, 3 net carbs, and the 0 carbs, so if I'm not paying attention, I'll grab the wrong ones. I'm preheating the air fryer. I grabbed our cheddar cheese, and now it is time to assemble. I'm guessing I'm making burritos here. I'm not really sure. I never really said what I was making. It's like little taco burrito things. I don't know if you can tell by that. I tried to show you an up close of the meat when I got done cooking it. However, it was out of frame, so I'm still learning how to make these videos. I will get better, I promise, and I'll definitely show you guys next time. But it's just so fine. It's just like little bitty teeny tiny meat pieces. So I'm just putting the meat in there, adding just a little scoop of cheese. Again, I should have measured and made sure that I was doing just a tablespoon, but sometimes what I'm supposed to do just leaves my brain. And then I'm doing the burrito wrap that I learned from the internet. Trying so hard to get it right. And then tuck it in. There we go, and there we go. And then rolling it on up. Hopefully, there I go. And it makes just a perfect little burrito. Perfect. So I'm going to keep doing this, just speeding you guys through it. I'm going to make 6 total. That's how many the meat mixture allowed me to make. So getting all of these set up. And then I'm grabbing some of my olive oil spray again. And then I'm giving just a little spritz on both sides. I didn't show you the other side, but I put it on both sides of our little burritos, popping them into my preheated air fryer. And I'm going to cook them at 350 for about 8 minutes on each side, just till it kind of gets a little bit of color on it. Perfect. Getting that set up, wiping down my greasy grease again, kind of giving everything a quick wipe down with our Lysol wipes. And then I'm taking some riced cauliflower, put it in a bowl with some of that seasoning again. I like to do a cup of riced cauliflower to a cup of rice and mix it together. So it kind of makes my rice go a little bit longer, stretches the quantity of it, but I'm not eating like 2 cups of white rice. So just a little trick that I do there, popping my rice into my cauliflower. Should have definitely gotten a bigger bowl here, but it's okay, I made it work. I did cook my cauliflower rice for a couple minutes, and there's the burritos and my whole plate that you can't see. Yay!
What I have is kind of like a faux breakfast casserole, tater tot casserole bake. What I'll do is I'll take these eggs when I get to school and crack them and kind of scramble everything up and cook it for about a minute or two in my microwave.
I thought it might be fun to show you guys this process of how I cook my breakfast at school. And also, there's my school desk. I think maybe Instagram followers have seen my classroom just a little bit. I don't know if I've ever shown it YouTube though. So this is my messy desk. All of my classes are working on projects and building different things right now. So it's a little bit chaos in here right now. You'll just bear with me. That's the other Olipop that I got. I did not like it, but I didn't hate it. So I take my mixture that I have and I just put it on a little plate, and then I crack my eggs into my container that I'm going to cook everything in that has the olive oil sprayed in it. Throw in just a dab of salt, and then scramble, and then I'm going to grab my plate and pour everything back in together, and then give this a good old mixing this up together. And then I'm going to put it in the microwave for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I have found that is kind of like the sweet spot for me, is that it doesn't cook it all the way, but it's just kind of like a little underdone, and when I mix everything together, it cooks up the rest of the way. That's my little not my microwave, my little refrigerator that I put like my cottage cheese you saw it in there, and my lunch in, those sliders. And then grabbing my breakfast, and you can see here I'm just gonna mix all that up together, and that little center part that's not all the way cooked is gonna get cooked up. And then I'm gonna try it, and it is so good. I have really been enjoying this for breakfast this week. So yum.
I don't like day-old cooked eggs. So I have learned I can still do things with eggs and get that protein and stuff. I just take them to school with me and crack them there and throw them in my trash can at school. I've got my little hot dogs, my little bratwurst, whatever they're called, sausage, jalapeno and cheddar cooked up for the week so I can snack on that. So I hope you liked it. Let me know about my first grocery haul. Did I do a good job? Do you want to see more of these? You guys just let me know. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today. I really appreciate you guys. Don't give up doing great things, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.